to have Rockefeller Foundation, Plan International join in with this. I'm very pleased that the team's been working with many of you in country offices, both to identify problems and opportunities, and also to take account of the changing world. Yes, the world is changing, whether it's use of ICT, the very fact that this, my message to you is being taped on the smallest of small cameras, but also social media have made a tremendous difference. ICT and social media can play an important role in advancing a better understanding of results, better tracking, a better monitoring. But the world, in a sense, has some lessons learned already. That's why we're glad our partners are there with us to share their experience, but also a real opportunity to gain a momentum to use the new technology, use social media in the most advantageous way to help the people around the world that are suffering from conflict, that still are enmeshed in poverty and need the help of the international community and their own governments to work better together to make sure that results are changing lives on the ground. So I wish you all the very best.
That have been met or almost met, exceeded, not exceeded, or not met. And you also have the ability to filter, right? So if you only want to look at disaster risk.
Hello Hassan, how are you? My name is Arij Al-Mustaf. I work as a program officer in UNDP Iraq office. I'm here to attend the ICT workshop global conference. I met with so many friends. I learned a lot of experiences reflected by so many country offices. What I grasped from here will enhance my understanding of the needs of our office and how we can get this and proceed forward for this. We will be, I hope that we will be in touch with headquarters if we need anything, and I'm sure that we will be addressing them with so many requests, endless. And thank you so much for having us here. It was really wonderful and one of the best conferences I have attended so far. Thank you.
I'm an M&E specialist, team leader of M&E unit in Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm here for a conference of ICT for Results M&E. I'm very impressed about the quality of this conference. I learned a lot from our office, country office, about their experience in M&E. For example, yesterday I heard about the pursuit M&E in Sierra Leone country office, the mapping system in Sudan country office. I hear also about the new experience from ICT use in M&E around the world, Georgia, everywhere. I'm really very impressed about the quality of the speaker, about the quality of the presentation, and I wish to repeat this conference again next year. Thank you.
Christina Barstow. I'm with the Sweet Sense Lab in Del Agua Health, and yesterday I spoke a bit about using sensor-based monitoring for development projects. Besides talking a lot about sensing and GIS and all these types of high-tech monitoring, also learned a lot about crowdsourcing and some other uses of ICT that I've never worked with before.
Hello, my name is Taylor Corbett. I am a program advisor with the Community Systems Foundation. We're a tech nonprofit based in the United States that works on data visualization, dissemination, and management with UN agencies, governments, and NGOs around the world. And I was very fortunate to be able to come to this wonderful conference here in Nairobi. And I've just had an amazing opportunity being able to not only share the innovations that we've developed at Community Systems Foundation, including DI monitoring and DevInfo, but also talk with practitioners in the field about what their needs are, where they see ICT and tech going for M&E, and we've learned a lot about kind of what the benefits are to tech right now, but also where are the gaps and how we can help fill those gaps in the future.
So I'm Zurab Khrikadze. I come from Georgia. I participate here in this this workshop in my quality of Peace and Development Program Officer in Georgia, where we have implemented a very interesting SMS messaging platform project to alleviate problems of war-affected communities on the ABL with South Ossetia. The tools that have been presented here at the workshop were very, very interesting. They are all designed to make people's lives better. I think I can take a lot of information and tools, and I hope that ELVA that I have presented will be of some interest and it would be useful for other participants.
Okay, so
please also present which country offices were on your table.
okay, we are DRC, Sudan, and Honduras. And about the first question about the needs and goals. After a long talk, we all concluded that there's a specific need for having clear data, but also we talked about aligning project outcomes both at office level and corporate level. And we found that sometimes that could be difficult because we didn't know where to insert our
particular case from Moldova country office, so I will make the presentation on behalf of the group. So the case we were looking at is the organization of the disaster risk.
Representatives from the country offices of Mozambique, Kenya, Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria, and Tunisia. Well, regarding the first question, so the current needs and goals, what we saw is that most of the country offices, well, the main needs are meeting the corporate goals and other goals, such as in the case of Mozambique, where they are delivering as one country. So they also depend on the M&E requirements in that case.
To present what pertains to the South Sudan country office, Nepal, and East Timor. I know that's not correct to say. Timor. You forgive me for that. Okay. On the first question on the needs, what we came up with is we need, on M&E needs is the need to have real-time data that can be used for programming. And then secondly, the need to measure results and impacts as opposed to solely relying on implementation monitoring that is focusing on inputs and processes. And then the next one is to have results that feed to accountability, planning, advancing knowledge on what UNDP is working on.
Traditional methodologies used, like the field visits, surveys, focus groups, reports, success stories, and reports. Those are the methodologies that first have been used in the stated country offices.
Participants from UNDP Colombia, Sierra Leone, Iraq, and Somalia. In terms of the current needs and goals for results, well, first of all, we thought of that there is a need for a coherent list of indicators that we could all access and use in terms at output level, outcome level. This will also help us clarify. A lot of time goes into when we're developing project documents, what indicators do we develop? Is this an activity indicator? Is it an output indicator? So it would be really good if we had a database or a reference document. And it would also help with a consistent understanding of what is an outcome indicator and what is an output indicator.
It does seem to be, when we look at the type of thing that is being done, particularly outside of the UN and UNDP, we do have an opportunity to use these new technologies to really move our monitoring and evaluation systems and processes for results in a very static, slow, rather procedural, report-based activity, and very much based on outcomes, very much a much more real-time, dynamic information, evidence-based information system for tracking outcomes, which is really what we are not doing. And I hate to keep saying about the strategic plan and new results framework, but it will change so much of what you are going to have to monitor and report at country level. You have no idea, so go back and look at it very, very carefully, and it's going to be a lot based at the outcome level that you will have to report for the first time ever in UNDP. So think of how you can take advantage of these ICT social media opportunities, no matter how simple you start, because they do give you real-time information, real-time beneficiary data, and they do allow for real-time decision-making, which is what we are not doing right now. It is interesting, a clear thing we can take away from here is a lot of other organizations have already moved in this direction. It's a global trend. It is the future of how impact is going to be monitored, assessed, and reported. We have no choice now but to move along those lines. There is a sense that the capacity of country offices for results does need to be strengthened. I also want to underline one thing. We keep talking about M&E. There is no such thing. Monitoring is management. It's everybody's responsibility. Somebody who's saying, oh, it's only somebody in the country office, it's M&E specialist. We're going to have to get rid of that. Monitoring and even the evaluation function is part of every line manager's responsibility in the UNDP. So that's a message you really need to take back. It will be an important journey for the organisation. I'm glad we have launched it now. It's very important for UNDP in conflict prevention environments because they are more volatile than other environments. And if we are going to deliver results in these environments, we really need to know what is happening, what do we need to change in our initiatives to make sure that we end up with the result that we want. But it was an opportunity to show the different variety of things that are happening outside of the UNDP and the UN as a whole, so that you have a sense about what the global context is in this area. So, I'm going to finish by thanking all of you. I want to really thank our external speakers as well, who really allowed us to benefit from what they are doing, but ultimately who sat through what is really an internal UNDP meeting with all our internal jargon and challenges and issues that we always bring up internally, so thank you all very much for that. And lastly, a very big thanks to Asim, Aston, and Salome, who is not here, who really put this together, who really put the agenda together. And if you have all these speakers here from outside the UN, which many of you long time ago know is not very rich, it's really thanks to them. So huge thanks to all of you. Thank you very much and enjoy lunch.